Hello, MonstersAbound here, the Total War answer to Gordon Ramsay. Old, angry, sweary, and 2 seconds away from an aneurysm. Under constant stress. Welcome back to Total Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires, part 25 of my Wurrzag campaign. Gulbaraz is under siege by Queek Headtaker himself. And I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful we can deal with this. There's Queek. Queek look good. Looks for case. Okay, don't bite your arm. It's alright. He's a little bit cray-cray, his old Queek. So Boar Boy, Savage Orc, Boar Boy Biggins charging out of the city, trying to give these rats the slip. Meanwhile, we've got lots and lots of storm vermin currently climbing the walls. Now, my problem here is that our Savage Orc, we don't have armor piercing. So we've got 13 armor piercing, which isn't bad, but it's not great. And already our walls are breached as well. Fortunately, I saw that potentially happening. We had the warp lightning cannons over on this flank. They have taken out a big chunk, but my light goblins move to either side. Of course, they can sneak, snipe. They can do they can't be spotted until they're close. Boar Boys giving the lightning cannons the slip, charging in and doing a lot of damage. Look at that, looking pretty good so far. Ow, ow. Rest of the Boar Boys trying to keep away from the Doom Flayers. Doom Flayers, very, very nasty unit. Very, very potent. Even in prolonged melee combat, amazingly. Storm Vermin are going to be able to get through the gap, but we've got some Savage Orc Biggins moving up and some Trolls to support them. Defending the city centre, we've got some more Savage Orc Biggins, and some more Trolls and some Savage Orcs. And our Biggins fighting the clan rats. We will mince. Clan rats, not a problem. The storm vermin, though, are going to be much trickier customers. Our archers doing, generally the best place for archers in a siege, and this is kind of counterintuitive to really kind of where you should be putting archers in a siege. Normally you'd think, well, on the battlements so they can shoot down, right? No, that's the bad place to put them. Don't put them on the battlements, put them behind the walls, because then they can do shit like this and shoot up onto the walls. These units up here are kind of stuck up on the walls, and while they're up there, we can shoot them. And that's what we're going to be doing. So our archer's going to be getting lots and lots of kills, doing that kind of good stuff. Excellent. The Storm Vermin have clashed with the Savage Orcs, and yeah, it's losing slightly. Neither doing particularly well. The Trolls, though, are smashing into the rear of the Storm Vermin, doing quite a lot of damage. But here comes Queek. Now, I don't really have an answer for Queek, unfortunately. Don't really have anything to use against him. The Savage Orc Boar Boys dealing with the lightning cannons. They dealt with that pretty well. And they've been giving the Storm Vermin the runaround, which has been quite useful actually, because it's kept them away from the walls and meant that we don't have to deal with them on top of everything else, which is just as well, because the walls not looking great, I'll be honest. Our Savage Orcs, they're up to they killed a lot, 52, but sheer weight of numbers is slowly bringing them down. Our Archers really making the difference because he's just whittling down the sheer numbers here. I probably should have moved these guys back into back here into this position to start off with. They could have done a lot more damage that way. But again, you know, Orcs, not the best missile units in the game. They don't have the best missile infantry, to be honest. They're just fairly bog standard for what you get. Supposedly pretty good in melee combat, but frankly, you don't really want your archers in melee combat regardless. Trolls coming in, helping out with the Storm Vermin. These guys have really been mincing the poor Savage Orc Biggins. Our Biggins just not really comparable to the Skaven Storm Vermin, which is not good news, because obviously, the Savage Orc Biggins are, because obviously we're Wurrzag, they're some of the best infantry we can have. If they can't stand up to the best infantry the Skaven have, well, that's not good, because the Skaven have a lot of extra nasty shit on top of that, and we're just good with our infantry. Our Goblin Big Boss is getting minced by the Doom Flayers, so that's fun. The Boar Boys have managed to defeat most of the units outside. They dealt with the lightning cannons very useful. It's really useful they've managed to deal with those. Don't have to worry about them anymore. The gates looking quite beleaguered. There's hordes upon hordes of Storm Vermin here. If only we had like a Foot of Gork or something, that could have really turned this battle around. But I don't think... I mean, to be honest, just a piece of artillery. I think normal Orc defences have Doom Divers in it, but the Savage Orc variation doesn't, which means that Savage Orcs are basically just worse than normal Orcs, who aren't very good to start off with. Basically, I would suggest don't start with Wurrzag. It's not a particularly good idea, unfortunately. I think if I was normal Greenskins, I might have stood more of a chance. But as it is, never mind. You know, we're taking the hand that we've been dealt, the very naked, angry hand, and at least we can get some charges on these storm vermin. Do you want to, guys? Any time now, guys. Don't, you know. No, they're just waiting for the right time. That's. You know, sometimes it's all about timing. And there we go. Finally, charging in. Going to do some really good damage there. Slamming into the back of them. I was hoping that would break them. But I think with Queek alive, they're just not going to break. And without... I mean, Queek is surrounded. He's taking some damage. But again, his armor and melee defense is so good. We're just not going to be able to defeat him with these units. They are just going to be able to whittle us down very, very slowly, and we just can't break the rats. We have managed to wipe out several units of Skaven, but as you can see, our archers are now in combat. We dealt some really good damage. 85 kills, 98 kills, 37 kills there. Really, really good. The archers really been doing a lot of heavy lifting. Unfortunately, Savage Orc Biggun's like 24 kills. And the Storm Vermin here, 66, 29. I mean, we just don't have the killing power. Continually cycle charging. I mean, Savage Orc Bigguns have got 27 kills now, but as you can see, their health rapidly drops when in combat, as they just take so much damage. They actually have a little bit of armor now, which is good to see, but unfortunately, it looks like we're slowly losing ground. Units being routed. The rats are all over us. They're breaking through. Our trolls trying to deal with the storm vermin are winning. The unit losing. Yeah, the trolls. They're doing some damage, but it's just not going to be enough. Troll leadership very, very poor. They're going to break. We've got a last unit of Savage Orc Arrow Boys, but here comes Queek himself. 64 kills on Queek. He's down to half health, to be fair. But with our Goblin Big Boss gone and most of our infantry dead, all we can really do is try and rack up as many kills as possible while the last of our units loses their morale and breaks thanks to army losses. Get them, lads. We're going to lose Galbaraz, and that is unfortunate. Well, that's disappointing. I was hoping we'd hold Galbaraz. We have... I can't believe that survived. That warp line cannon. Never mind. Okay, well... We took a lot of them with us. I'm hoping that... I'm hoping that Skarsnik can save us. Save us, Obi-Wan Skarsnik. You're our only hope. Oh my god, how many fucking armies do they have? Just endless. Like, I've just dealt with endless waves of Dwarves and Empire. Now I'm having to deal with endless waves of Skaven. I'm fairly sure at sort of, you know, somewhere that they're going to have to fight each other. He laid siege and then he ran away. I guess that was sensible. Okay, so I mean, I've got to. Right, let's see if we can get this ambush on this army with the organ gun. Oh, you're underwaying again. I don't. No, I'm not going to fight you in the underway. It's just a big killing zone. I used to love fighting things in the underway as dwarves. It's basically a giant choke point that you can use to smash them with artillery. So I don't want that to happen to me. If anything, like fighting on a normal battlefield is probably more optimal than the underway. I really feel like the Skaven should be trying to kill the dwarves as well. I don't think it's fair that they're ganging up on me. Poor old Wurrzag, eh? Whew. I mean, come on, guys. Let's, you know, what? Where did they go? Where the fuck did they go?
This is my land.
Oh, I don't like it. It's too quiet. Is there like over here? Oh, there they are. I mean, okay, we've got Skaven attacking the south. We've got rebels. We've got that. I mean, it's a whole thing, isn't it? It's a whole shebang. I think. Right, we're going to do our best. That's all we can do, right? We're going to do our best, and hope to God that it's. I'm being attacked by Skaven, the Empire, the dwarves. I'm also being haunted by dwarves. Like, this is the worst thing that's happened to anyone ever. Probably. First world problems. I could maybe just go and hit some dwarf settlements just to get rid of them.
I, as my mystic powers.
I really don't give a flying toss. Bop. Nom nom nom. Another Savage Orc Prodder, thank goodness. It's running low. I'm going to run down here to get the replenishment. Wurrzag has... Right, he is max level. Could give him Earthing, but to be honest, he doesn't usually explode anyway, does he? So, Untainted. I mean, more ambush success chance does sound sort of useful. I'll just get Stand Your Ground. That's a buff that will be reasonably useful. Can we block? Yes, we can. You can still march really far, though. But let's do something like that. Right, we've lost Galbaraz, so Ekrund is next. We don't currently have any defences in Ekrund. Is it worth getting them? Well, because Wurrzag's nearby, I'm going to say, nah. Oh, I think we're just going to have to take him. Oh, God, that does not look good. Oh. I mean, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, I think he thinks he can beat me, which I'm going to be honest, he might well be right, because that many organ guns is, I'm like 90% sure that convenes the Geneva Convention. So that's a war crime, and I also don't like it very much. So with that in mind, he could well potentially be actually more than capable of beating me up, and that would be bad, because then that army would still be wandering around with its 5 organ guns, basically being abusive to me, and at the same time I would have lost an army which I could have been using against the Skaven, who are also all up in my shit. So basically what I'm trying to say here is that this campaign might not go on for much longer, because fuck me. Can I not? I want to get over. Can I? Why not? Stop roaring, Grimgor. Come over here.
Let's go.
Right, what we'll do is we'll underway over there. We'll burn down a couple of places just for fun. Right, cause a bit of mayhem, and then that'll be fine. Allegedly. And then we'll have, you know, some money. And I'm not going to worry about any of this, because frankly, at this point, I think we're probably just going to lose most things, and maybe it's just best to accept that that's now my life. My life is having things burned to the ground, and my ward just died to what is effectively a piece of shit garrison. Fantastic. That's fine. This is going great. You know, this is... Oh, good. Misty Mountain's under siege as well. That was my favourite mountain as well. My favourite low-lying cloud obscured mountain. And now that's going to belong to a bunch of smelly rats. At least Skarsnik's here. Maybe I can send, like, maybe Skarsnik should flee across the sea. The only problem is that the Orcs don't really, I mean, you know, theoretically the Orcs should have like a large swath of stuff that's fairly habitable to them because they're Orcs. I mean, the Greenskins, right, okay. Now this might be better because it's going to be an open map. I mean, it's not much better, but it's something. And they've got to come to me as well. So fingers crossed. See if we can take out these organ guns before they get into range. I mean, the likelihood is no, we won't be able to, but it's worth a shot. Of course, while our rock lobbers are firing at the organ guns, it means they're not firing at the rest of the dwarf infantry. Longbeards, iron breakers, more longbeards, giant slayers. You know how I feel about giant slayers. I am not in favour of them. However, sneaking up, being sneaky, is the Warlord's boys. So they're moving up to come and help. And our ball boys hidden in the forest have suddenly made an appearance that's going to force the dwarf army to reposition some of their units. Now, the organ guns are almost in range, and as soon as they're in range, we're going to have to charge, because basically, if we don't, we're just going to get pounded by organ guns, and organ guns sting a lot. We're getting some damage done. Ball boys coming around behind. Obviously, these are the slightly slower speed ball boys, so these are only 66 speed. About almost half as fast as Wurrzag's ball boys. I could really use Wurrzag's ball boys here. They'd already be in position. Organ guns opening fire, and yes, mincing these savage orcs. I mean, look at that. I would say that's what, about a fifth of their health gone in one volley? Ow. Jesus Christ. Organ guns, and they've got 5 of the buggers. Ball boys moving around behind. They've taken some hits from the organ guns. The Warlord's boys moving in to intercept the hammers to try and keep them busy. Our infantry now advancing. One of these units have taken horrendous damage from the organ guns already, but it looks like they've moved away from the organ guns. That gives us the open we need. We're going to take out these organ guns and stop them from firing. Hey guys, we're behind you. Yeah, you need to turn faster than that. Lovely. Right, organ guns dealt with. Now we just need to deal with the enemy infantry. Opening fire on the gyrocopters, and that's actually doing some useful damage. That's actually not too bad. Down they go. Mayday! Giant Slayers causing us a bit of a problem on the left flank. We've managed to engage some of the Thunderers, and our ball boys coming in to help out, having destroyed the organ guns. They're now charging in to lend some assistance, and fantastic, looking pretty good. Grokka has engaged Thorgrim in single combat and is currently losing quite hard. He's gone out of control. I mean, Thorgrim is one of the tankiest lords in the entire game. But, I mean, Grokka's got 915 melee weapon strength. I mean, he should be doing more damage than this, surely. Jeez, I guess... there we go. Ball boys coming in to lend some assistance. That should help out. Because, of course, Thorgrim is a large target. They are armor-piercing, again, anti-large. So they should be doing some damage. There's still one organ gun opening fire, causing some damage. But it's mostly targeting the Savage Orc Arrow boys, which I'm fine with, because I'm not too bothered about that. The dwarves are locked in combat, surrounded. We've got ball boys coming in from behind. Savage orcs all over the place. So far, so good. Those organ guns are what I was worried about, and they've been dealt with. Grokka still fighting Thorgrim, and it's close. Very, very close. But in come the trolls to help out as well. Thank God for that. Grokka, a little bit of help from his friends, and he can kill the Dwarf High King. How's it going? How's it going? It's looking okay. Thorgrim's going down. Get him, Grokka. Boff. He's so tanky. So much armor. Come on, Grokka. You got this, buddy. Down he goes with the High King dead. Finally, his dwarves starts to rout, you really need to take out the Dwarf Lords to get Dwarves to rout. That's the key. Still, although we took out those Organ guns, they did do a lot of damage, and this army has been really badly mauled. I think that went about as well as could have possibly been expected. So good. Right. Okay, well that's dealt with. Now, that means Grokka's army is being freed up to go and deal with the Skaven. Now, what I'm kind of hoping is we might be able to peace out with the Dwarves, maybe the Empire. If we can peace out with them, we can concentrate on retaking the south. Now, obviously, at some point, the Dwarves will declare war on us again. That's bound to happen. But I'm hoping that being able to concentrate on retaking some territory will then help me get another army up. I'll be in a better position. I can get some stuff built up. I've kind of stabilised my armies. They're in a fairly good position now. And then I can push back. You know, in theory. So, right, we've pretty... I mean, I would love to be... Oh, good. Wurrzag's got an imminent rebellion. Yeah, well, that's... I'll just add that on... Just dump that on the extra pile of things that I've got to deal with, would you? Because I'm kind of busy. Right, Dwarves.
Orc scum! Here! Speak then!
Okay, what about the Empire?
Orc scum!
Nope, okay. They're really, really hanging on that scum word. Alright, bop you. Eat you. Superior attacker, lovely. Swindler, sure. Fencing blade, okay. Blah, 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 blah. Right. Okay, we're going to get replenishment. That's good. Grokka. I'm kind of tempted to give you Never Give Up, but... Let's go with Deadly Blade, because you are... I mean, if I can give you a Chopper as well, that's another 10%. That's another... You'll have over 800 weapon strength. I mean, you hit something, they will know about it for the short time that they are alive. Mr. Nailbrain, on the other hand, you're fairly good across the board. Brainburster could be quite useful against Skaven, so let's grab that one, and let's pop the Shaman. You're almost out of fightiness. I wonder, could I do like a raiding camp for just a turn or two? Did they just sack that? Did they just raise it? Really?
Yes, boss, on the way. You can't make me do that, boss.
They might still be there, but they might not be. Interesting. Okay, let's go to Karak Azul. They're recruiting things at Spike. Oh, it was Belagar, but still Belagar. And a garrison which is 7 units against a War. And he won. Okay. So, we're not going to get peace with the Dwarves. With that in mind, let's start kicking the shit out of them.
I have seen the future.
Bop that. You know what, I'm going to sack it. And then I'm going to occupy. And I'm going to send my War after. Now he might hit one of these settlements, and to be honest, if he does, I'm not that bothered. We do need to stick around here because again, Queek, he's probably going to hit Grunty Mingle, which does not have defences, so we're probably going to lose that. However, at least then we know where he is, and then we know where he is, at least. That's, that's something. There's more dwarf armies being recruited up here. No, fair enough. Okay, so we need to be able to deal with that as well. Akendorf, I'm just going to burn. Everything just burns. Smash it all down. It's just no man's land. No one can own it, because I'll probably lose it. There's no point building it up. Gisp.
On it.
kind of want you moving back and forth to keep an eye on what these
Do not waste
guys...
my time with petty talk. Make your offer and be done.
Oh, yeah, I killed you last time, didn't I? And you didn't like that. Fair enough. I mean, that, you know, to be fair, though, you were raiding my territory in my defence, and it was a bit annoying, and I was worried you might attempt to attack me. Block 'em. Okay, failure. No worries. And Ratgash, you're just going to... I mean, you could block. Anything we... I mean... Queek.
I will kill you, thing. I am Queek. I am mighty.
Well, we'll see about that. I'm going to bloody kick your tail in, you ratty jerk. Oh, I'm going to get you... we're going to have... we're going to have rebellion there. Okay, well, we're going to have to deal with that. Okay, a turn of raiding should be fine for Skarsnik. That should get him back where he needs to be. I don't want him to cure animosity, because that'll smash his army, and he's not in a... I need him to be fighting fit. Slide sweaty bollocks. I mean, there's nothing really... I guess I could spread public order. Is kind of useful. Ish. Sometimes. Ah, yes, there we go. That's not even Queek. Oh no, that's not Grunty Mingle, is it? Grunty Mingle's up here. That's Gorgazan, and that's another army. Interesting. I mean, that's not... If we could just get at Queek. If we can just get him, we should be fine. Great. The ghosts are stealing my technology. Just what I want. You cheeky bastards. Right, we've taken Karak Dromar. Not that I particularly want it, but I mean, I can now burn everything down there and let the dwarves retake it. I can hit Migdal Vongelbork and burn that to the ground as well. Basically, anything that's just going to dick the dwarves over a little bit is pretty much optimal for me at the moment. I'll take that. Anything which just dicks over the dwarves just a little bit. Okay, we've had a rebellion. That's a thing. Raiding. What? Oh, right, yeah. They're back. They're back. Assault garrison, steel technology, assault, right, blah, 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 blah.
I got plans.
Oh, you're heading right for that.
Ready.
Well, that's not necessarily the worst thing, because then we can... I mean,
Like a good plan.
I was trying to build up Vallea's Sorrow, but I guess I won't bother doing that now. Spiked Peak, they are building up. Oh, they don't really have much of a... I need to rescue that. Misty Mountain's gone, basically. I don't think we're going to keep hold of that. Let's march, like, over here. Start threatening different locations. I don't like that, but there's not much I can do about it at the moment. Grimgor. You're going to bop that. And sack it. For the monies. I don't really like going deep into enemy territory without a spy to help me out, but we're just going to go for it. Worst case, Grimgor dies. That's, you know, that's worst case. And this, you can go over there. Why don't the dwarves, the vampires like me? They don't like me because they just don't really. They like all the things I'm doing about the dwarves. Oh, they do like me. Hello.
Stand before the rightful elector of Stirling.
Oh, I completely agree. Can I have all your money? No. Okay, can I have some of your money? Yes. No. Wait, no. No. No, right, not a defensive alliance. I want a military alliance. And I want all of your money, you moon-faced little goon. Sure, that works. I'm fine with that. Okay, we've got a military alliance with the vampires. Is that going to help us? Almost certainly not. That's nothing. I mean, I don't know how well the Wood Elves are doing. Can we see?
It spews forth sound, but I fail to understand it.
A bit rude. Right, strength rank 7. I could maybe try and non-aggression pact.
Very good.
Okay. Okay, that's something. I'm not sure that's gonna, save us, but it's at least something. It's something going on our side that could potentially help us. Maybe. I'm going with like anything here. I will take it. I will take that. Gisp, I just want you moving back and forth. Keep an eye on what they're up to. The dwarves. Oh shit. Dwarves are on the fucking move, aren't they? Right, I need to get Grimgor back. God, they moved a little bit faster than I thought they would. I'll be down there in about 3 turns. I think Grimgor can be there in 3 turns. Tell you what, if we move you back here, then we can underway, march. You can be back in the Silver Road in 2 turns. That's fine. Wurrzag, I want you to deal with that, but I'm going to send my Warriors on the way to deal with him, hopefully. Meanwhile, we're going to bring you south, because I have a sneaking suspicion Queek's on his way. In fact, I'm almost certain of it. And Wallcracker, can you reach? Okay, you've assassinated. That's going to help. They've taken a bit of a beating. We might be able to finish them off. Grom, can you slow these guys down? Good. Okay, they might take Barag Dalsbag, but in which is what the fuck? How are you still alive? I swear I've killed you about 10 times. You're worse than a friggin' Terminator. It might be a Terminator. Hit him in the face with an arrow, he just pulls it out and it's just circuitry beneath it. Ugh. Terrifying. God, Jesus, that's awful. Wallcracker, I'll give you a, I don't know, assassinate. Sure, you're pretty good at that. So we need to deal with this little problem. But I feel like we've now got armies in position which might be able to hold off Queek. Maybe even be able to push him back. I mean, early days yet, but maybe we're not as screwed as I think we are. Maybe. But that's, I mean, to see how screwed we are is going to have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next episode of the Wurrzag Campaign.